I just spent £280 on a stranger's junk from Gumtree to figure out if it's worth investing time in or whether it's just a complete scam. Gumtree has always been the place to find second-hand cars, random person's junk, and cheap bikes that were probably stolen. And basically, it's always had the reputation for being a bit dodgy. As a reseller, I wanted to go and find out whether Gumtree is actually full of scam artists or whether there's actually a few things on there that are worth my time and worth flipping for profit. After spending a bit of time scrolling on Gumtree, I came across a post from a guy called David and saw that he had a job lot. He didn't mention how he got these or why he was selling them, but there were quite a few interesting looking items included in this, and he put that they were collectibles, so who really knows? So today is the day that we are off to meet our good friend David and pick up his job lot of house clearance items from Gumtree. Now, I'm not entirely sure whether it's his house clearance stuff or whether he's doing it for someone he knows or whether he's getting paid to do it, I don't know. But we're gonna go pick it up and see what is there. We've spent £280 on this, so I am a little bit worried that David is scamming us or pulling our leg just a bit, because that does seem quite a lot for a job lot of house clearance items. But I have done a little bit of research and seen that a couple of them are worth a little bit, so fingers crossed we'll be able to make a bit of money back from this job lot. So we're gonna get going now. It's a bit further out of London from where the office is. So we're gonna head there now and then have to bring it all back here somehow and then eventually get listing it. So yeah, let's get going. Now, Mr. David didn't want me to film the interaction, but he did mention that this was just a load of expensive collectibles and antiques that were left in the house. I really couldn't tell if he was trying to big it up before the sale or if he was actually being legit. Anyway, I handed him the 280 quid and got it all back to the office. Right, so first box, let's get digging in. The first thing that caught my eye was this really cool retro looking Beano, Dennis the Menace Beano comic toy car set. So, I don't know if you can see it there, guys. It's a 65-year celebration from 1938 to 2003 in the box. I'm not too clued in. I used to have a few Beanos when I was younger, but this looks pretty cool. But yeah, from 2003. I think I had a quick look and they're going for around £10 to £15 online. So, got a long way to go. Next, right, what's this? Leather case. My guessing from these is either binoculars or a camera. Binoculars. Okay, and I don't want to say what that looks like. Anyway, I'm not too clued in. Zenith, have I heard of that brand? Maybe. A little bit mouldy. Yeah, a little bit of mould on that. We've got this tin that used to have fancy biscuits in. Oh, and inside it we've got a toy Christmas card. Have we just bought some guy's junk here? Like, we've got an old biscuit tin. I know some biscuit tins are worth something, but I have no idea. And then an old toy car. Oh, I think it's a chocolate's in. Yeah. Oh, I was hoping that was going to go off. Right. Then we have just some loose cutlery. Arthur Price, 1902, Sheffield, England. Loose cutlery? I don't know. It looks silver, but I don't know what that means. So we'll see. Right, these look really cool. So here we've got some collectible. It's called collectible, and they're like, are they vinyl? A record store maybe? And these are like the like what's released. Again, no idea, but they're pretty cool. I'm just gonna pop them there. Oh, we have a naked lady on the front. Is this some like interesting art, or is it just a naked lady? I don't know. Oh, we have another naked lady, but with a flag around her. These are, oh, this is like risque, artsy photos of naked ladies. The Ultimate Angels. No idea what this means, but we've got some, yeah. Some naked ladies. Oh, we've got some very naked ladies. I think this book is for Patrick. I can't show this, but I think this one's for Patrick. I'm going to put this on his desk and see what he thinks. Yeah. You've got very naked ladies in this. Now we just have some random bloke's collection of dead animals. I have no idea. Is this worth something, or we got another butterfly one? It's got the names on, so we can kind of like look into whether they're worth anything. Oh, this one's got bits falling apart in it. That can't be good. And then that one's actually quite pretty. Like, I think that's quite nice, and I like that it's got the names. I think that's quite moles. Right, what have we got in this fragile one? Is this more dead animals? It is more dead animals. Oh, that's another really nice one. I don't know what I think about keeping dead anything in stuff, but quite nice. Right, that's the first box done. Let's shift this bits out. Yeah, let's keep going. So we've got a case with nothing in it. Nice. Okay, we've got some little cases and then a load of books, finally. So we've got some flower pins, okay. And then we've got this, which is I don't know, let's find out. That looks a bit weird. It's an egg coddler. So it says, lightly butter the inside of the cup, break eggs into it, add butter, salt and pepper for flavour, screw on lid, cook 10 minutes in enough boiling water to cover the coddler, lift cup from water by metal ring. When you unscrew the top, grasp the whole cover. If the eggs are not cooked enough, replace the lid and return coddler to the boiling water. For variety, add flake fish, cheese, herbs, chopped ham, mushrooms, etc. to the egg. That is so cool. I kind of want to buy a coddler now. Maybe I'll have to take that home myself and try make some eggies in it. So I love some weekend eggs. And then we've got two books, and these are two of the books that I actually saw. So first of all, we've got this Treasures of Britain, which looks like it's from the. It looks old. 1968, wow. And then this is the one that I saw that is valuable. I saw in good condition, this can go for 50 to 80 pounds. Folklore, Myths and Legends. I think it's like probably similar age, like 60s, 70s maybe. 73, first edition, always good. This is really cool. This is the kind of book that I can see why this is worth a little bit. Interesting. So there we go. That's everything. What do we think? I really don't know if David has done us over here, or whether there's actually a few valuable things. I'm really intrigued to kind of go away and look at it all. Look at especially like the silverware and the cutlery. I think that's where I just have no idea, and there's a lot of it. So I'm really curious to see what that goes for. Some of it, I'm pretty confident is just junk that we can throw away. Like the Christmas car. Some of the oldest Christmas decorations probably were something, but yeah. So what do we think? I just have no idea. So yeah, I'm gonna go away, have a little look, and then in about, we'll fast forward, and then we can do a little run through of how much it is actually worth. So 2 weeks ago, I handed 280 quid over to a complete stranger on Gumtree. And now it's time to find out if David was actually having me on and scamming me. So I've sold nearly 15 items so far. There's plenty more that are still waiting to be sold on my eBay. But now we're gonna go through the ones that have sold. So the first thing to actually sell was Nature's Intention magazines. Basically a nudie mag from 1969. Yeah, and that was on bids, and it sold, there was a few bids. I think it started at about £20 and got all the way up to 41, so a really solid start. There was also a bid on one of the framed butterfly sets, and that sold for £30. The Folklore Book of Britain sold for £50. We had an Ultimate Angels book, a photography book from the 80s, sell for £15. Another big one here was the Cozy Fanny Tutti vintage like pamphlet to, I think it went alongside one of her albums or EPs, and that's all for 50 quid for just this tiny little magazine, which I thought was crazy, but you know, each to their own. Another framed butterfly set sold for £20. We have some vintage crystal like glass bauble set of 4 that sold for 16, which is crazy, but they are like very vintage ones and pretty interesting. Some of the like EP magazines from the 50s sold for a tenner. What else have we got? The taxidermy butterfly moth set in like a cardboard box sold for 15 quid. A lot of the framed butterflies sold for £28.50. Then we had some steam engine books sold for just over 16 quid. A glass globe, like a vintage one, sold for a tenner. We had the egg coddler, that sold for £7.50. And yeah, so that was it. So in total, that came to about £320, which my initial kind of thought is, that's not too bad. That's pretty much covered the effort of me going to get it, actually the cost of it, and that's about it so far. Obviously, from that, you've got to take the fees into account. But realistically, if the fees cover that, yeah, we're pretty much broken even, and there's probably about 30 or 40 items left to sell. So pretty much anything from here on is profit in my head. Obviously, we'd like to be doubling this, and to be honest, there's a lot of cutlery sets that are left. None of those have sold yet because there was a bit of an issue with the fact that there were knives, and I wasn't aware, but eBay has a rule where you can't sell knives. Kind of makes sense, but obviously went straight over my head. So I had to make a new postage kind of label for it, so that whenever it's shipped by Royal Mail, they ask for 18 plus identification when it's handed to the resident, which is good. But after that, yeah, that took a little bit of time to figure out because I'm all new at this. But when I did, I got it listed, and there's been a lot of interest in some of them. So far they're priced quite high, but I believe that probably in a week or two, they'll probably sell for still a really good price. And I think just from the cutlery sets, we'll be making around £400. So in my head, I think the profit that's left is probably £600 to £700, which means we'll be tripling the money spent on it. I wouldn't say it's the most amazing profit that I'll have ever done, but I think as a starting point for Gumtree, I don't think it's bad at all. I think David did have some little hidden gems in there. I think some of it is a bit tattery and crap. Sorry, David, if you're watching this. But yeah, my honest opinion, whether Gumtree is a valid way to source for resellers in 2026, yeah, it's not good, it's not bad, it's okay. I'd say make sure to be looking on there occasionally. If there's a type of item that you source, for example, retro gaming, vintage collectibles, books, whatever it may be, just do an occasional search on there, maybe a daily search, and just see if anything pops up. This was complete luck, me finding this. I was just doing a little bit of searching across Facebook Marketplace, Gumtree, and eBay, and this one popped up, and I just thought I'd send him a message, and yeah, he had them all available. So it was luck, and it has turned out, or will turn out, to be quite a good purchase. I do think, though, the negative is that you've got to go pick it up. That's a lot of time spent, that's a lot of effort, potential money involved in that. Obviously, it'd be better if it could just be delivered to you, but on Gumtree, people often don't do that because they think you're going to scam them, which is kind of fair. But yeah, my general opinion is definitely give it a go, keep an eye out, but don't let it be all your sourcing on there. Personally, I just don't think there's enough on there, and I don't think that it is a valid way to scale up your business through Gumtree. I think for the one-off purchase, definitely worth it. You might find some gems, you might find a random person just selling stuff that was in their loft, and they might not know what it's worth, and that's when you're going to find some great bits. But yeah, what do you guys actually think then? Do you think Dave scammed me? Do you think I found some pretty good bits? And yeah, what do you think my total profit is going to be at the end of this? I'd be really interested to hear what you guys think, because you'll have seen what is left from some of the other bits in the haul. So yeah, let me know, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video.